Well, so I have to do the conversations, but before we do all that, let's look at what stories there are on the front and back pages of the newspaper.
Yes, indeed. But before that, I have a mental exam for you. I'm going to give you a phone number. I want you to memorize it at the end of the show.
You also did some mental fantasy.
Yes.
Okay.
At the end of the show, I'll check to see if you remember it. And if you do, I'll buy you Wache today.
All right.
Okay, so the number is 055 677 8132. 055 677 8132. Don't save it on your phone. Don't be a cheat. 055 677 8132. Remember it. At the end of the show, I'll ask you if you can recite it back to me. You win Wache.
Wow, what promo is that?
That, by the way, is my promo. Wache promo. No, it's the phone number that you will have to call if you want to experience what I experienced while I was on holiday, when I went to Bolgatanga and I stayed at Akayet Hotel. It's a fantastic place, beautiful. It's not too old, so it's quite new, and they have these chalets, very beautiful. The service is fantastic. Food is brilliant. I had something called Bolga Fresh Tilapia. Oh boy.
Bolga Fresh Tilapia.
Yeah,
it's different from the other tilapia we have around.
Oh yes, very different, very different. And they make
what did you say the number was again?
055
055
677
677
8132.
Okay. 055 677 8132.
I think so.
055 677 8132. 055.
Yes, for free watching. All right then. So I have the daily.
877.
I have the daily graphic. I have the finder and the daily guide. This man wants his watching. All right, now the daily graphic has these headlines. Earth tremor causes panic in Accra. Students Loan Trust releases 7 million Ghana cedis for applicants. And MTN wins Gold Employer of the Year award. Also, 2 former presidents and 34 CEOs have been honored. The president also says that his government will enhance industrial growth. That is one of the big headlines, stories on page 16. But the banner headline this morning in the Daily Graphic, government to roll out new mining policy. And that is something that's been in the works for quite a while, and we're told of when and how it will happen by the Information Minister, Mr. Kojo Opong Nkrumah. Stories on page 3. Okay, let's do the Finder newspaper. Some interesting headlines there this morning. Government to buy $216 million of implements to boost agriculture mechanization. That's what the president said on National Farmers Day. Also, earth tremors, fear grips residents of Botiano Hills. And RTI bill may enter 2019, according to the majority leader.
It's going to spend Christmas.
Is going to spend
Christmas in Parliament.
Is going to spend Christmas in non-existence.
Yeah.
All right, government to announce new mining policy framework. That's also in the Finder. And Dr. Baumia and family feet cured lepers. And there's a picture here of Dr. Baumia and his wife, Hajia Samira Baumia, serving some food to some leprosy patients or lepers at their home over the weekend. Okay, let's wrap up with Daily Guide from me. And Kufuor sheds tears at 80th birthday bash. Quite an emotional moment it must have been for him in his white tuxedo, looking great on his birthday, flanked by the President and the First Lady. Beautiful picture there. Another beautiful picture, Dr. Baumia and a young lady who appears to have leprosy. And he gives her a nice warm hug at his home. And that was on Sunday, I believe. KCCC fights fake prophets. Really? And Mahama mad at NDC for not attacking Ekufuado. That's according to the banner headline of the Daily Guide.
All right, so let me do the Ghanaian Times. Ghanaian Times has on the front page, small scale mining, new policy on Friday. It's got in the prominence on the front page of the Daily Graphic, and it's here too. The Ghanaian Times has an accompanying picture of Kojo Opong Nkrumah, Minister for Information. Volkswagen, Nissan, Sinotrack start operations in Ghana next year, and the president was announcing this, or was again just reiterating this to the AGI a dinner and awards night over the weekend. President commissions Lord's Mini Stadium as Wembley set to roll out 100 packs in 2019. An accompanying picture of the president in a friendly chat with the CEO of the Wembley Sports Complex Limited, Robert Tete Coleman. And good morning to you, Robert Coleman. Good work you're doing with your initiative. And then when we get to the back page, we have Dogboy loses title, and well, he lives to fight another day. Good luck to him and his team as well. And we have that story comprehensively displayed about VW Nissan signed a track to operate in Ghana from next year. May come to pass. But let's look at one more. I have the Daily Dispatch newspaper. Ayawaso West Wagon by-election. Who will represent NDC? Will it be Dumelo, Lamte, Brempong, or Mensa?
I like the way you slang the name of the constituency there.
Ayawaso West Wagon.
Ayawaso.
Ayawaso. Is that what I said?
Ayawaso.
Ayawaso West Wagon. Okay, so we have Ghana. Ghana will save $51 million from renegotiated Ameri deal, according to Akutuose. It's all on the front page. The railway sector will be the most profitable in 6 months. Yogati. If you look at the expenditure and the years to take you for you to recoup, I'm not sure 6 months you will make profit.
Well, he says it'll be the most profitable.
What business case are you using like that? Anyway, we have economic characteristics in Eastern, Northern, and Bonafo regions. So we have all the demographics and the things you need to know. Meanwhile, on the back page of the Daily Dispatch newspaper is all on illegal mining and Galamsey. Illegal mining, 16 Chinese arrested with new weapons and cash. How they get the weapons? Maybe the weapons are licenses. I don't know.
So is it the weapons are new, the cash also new?
Well, they said they were arrested with new weapons and cash. Yeah, because this one are pump action guns and all. They look very
fresh,
state of the art. And I think we have the Independent newspaper. That's on the front page. Akufo-Addo government delivering fulfilling promises, according to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, who is the Vice President of the Republic, and Vice President Fetz cured lepers at residence. Some beautiful pictures going around on social media as well. Okay, so now be it general.
Yeah, okay. What do you want to talk about?
The publisher, though, Kojo Bonsu, chickens out, not ready to waste 320,000. It's the flag bearership race of the NDC. He, and also, is it Elikem Agbamava also? Yes. He also said
they've withdrawn, have they? 320,000.
They withdrew. They were never. Well,
I think they've withdrawn their intentions. Yeah. So 320,000. Is that how much they brought it down to? They gave them a discount, right? From 420 to 320. Is that it?
100,000 difference.
I see. But and is that the reason why he's withdrawn? Is that what he said? That because of the money?
No, don't know. Elikem said he was going to support the former president in his bid. Yes.
It was interesting. You know, there was a meeting over the past week. There was a meeting at former President Rawlings' office where they talked about this whole thing, the money. And the news stories said that the aspirants had a meeting there. Okay, so all those who had declared their intentions. But I didn't see former President Mahama at the meeting.
Yeah, and subsequently we've had this team issue a statement as well, saying that they felt it was unfair for them not to be represented. Oh,
so they weren't even invited? Is that what it is?
No, I think by inference, yes, that's what he said.
Wow, okay. That's interesting.
The statement was signed by James Ajeni-Boateng.
Right.
You know, as a spokesperson for the former president. I found that quite curious, though, because if every or all of the aspirants were raising issues, particularly with one individual, and a meeting was convened, I was wondering at whose interest and instance it will be. I don't know. I found it quite curious that a statement will be issued subsequently. But even the content of the statement purporting to indicate that that absence of that individual was unfair. Yeah. So, but I think that prior to that meeting, I had a source that told me that the former president, John Dramani Mahama, or his representative would have been in the meeting. So I was surprised when they came out and said.
And this wasn't. I mean, this wasn't a meeting
because I can tell you, most of the aspirants or the individuals who were expressing interest, who were at that meeting, thought that the former president would be there.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose I
was wondering whether. I don't know, was it cooked for that situation to look like he was absent and subsequently?
I get where you're going with it, and I wonder whether you're right. I mean, this was organized by the party. I mean, Johnson Asidun Kitia was there. He addressed them.
Yes, so I would be
surprised. Yeah, I'm very confused as to why the party would organize this meeting for some of the aspirants.
I think it was
all of them.
Organized for all of them, with the exception of the former president.
That's very strange, isn't it?
Yeah, I found it quite strange.
Anyway, according to the Daily Guide, the campaign team of the former president, John Mahama, is whining over the inability of the NDC to direct its arsenal at the ruling NPP. In a slightly related story, I guess, they claim that the Mahama campaign doesn't understand why the NDC is not bashing government more, which, I mean, to be fair, that is their role as the biggest minority, not to bash, but to criticize government. Well, we'll see. This seems to be a gripe that the Mahama campaign has against the party, according to the Daily Guide.
Okay, I have news for you. You say you stayed in which hotel?
Akayet
Hotel in Bolga.
Yes.
Okay, so my friend who works with the Presbyterian Hospital in Boku says that if you had called, he would have allowed his friend to give you a good treat.
Oh, really?
That's Salifu Combat, is a pharmacist.
Oh, really?
And he said he would have, but you never informed any of us, as usual, with your modus operandi. You decided to sneak out. Yeah, so.
Well, it was a family thing, so.
Oh, family.
Yes, family. Family is very important.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
family is important. I think
very
I won't dispute you on that. But which family? Who? Your sister, your father, your mother?
No,
not?
A relative of mine was getting married.
Okay.
Yes,
That's great.
So I went to represent my family there.
Yeah, I think.
But tell your friend that next time I'm in Akayet Hotel, he should definitely come and take me for a tour.
Salifu Combat.
Yes.
Pharmacist, Boku Presbyterian Hospital. The next time, Kwejo Yankson.
Yes.
Is locating himself to the main city of Boga.
Yes.
Please make sure that he's well safe.
Specifically Akayet Hotel.
Okay, Akayet Hotel.
That's right, yes.
Right.
It's a really great place. I want you to check it out. Yeah. And I know one person who would definitely love a stay there. Derek.
Derek Ekosam. Yeah.
Yeah, he would certainly benefit
travels.
from. Yeah. He doesn't get pampered much.
Yeah.
Derek. You can tell. You can tell that he lives a very hard life.
Church of Christ.
So it would be good for him to have some time, pampered by the experts at Akayet Hotel. Yes. If you see Derek anywhere today, give him a hug. Console him for his difficult life. All right. Now, I wanted to mention this story. Government is planning to buy $216 million of implements to boost agriculture mechanization. And I think the first thing that occurs to me is that, good, mechanization, that's the way we should be going. This has been the problem with our dependency on agriculture for so many years. It seems that it employs more Ghanaians than any other sector, but it doesn't seem to bring the same returns that we expect. Yet every year we go back to it and we just do it in a cyclical way without improving our technique. So yes, very good. I'm happy government is looking at mechanizing. But at the same time, I wonder if there isn't a way of doing it even better. Because government's role, especially according to the ideology of the NPP as a party, is that they would create the enabling environment, and then the private sector will come along, develop a sector, and then benefit from it. So I'm hoping we can do more of that for agriculture as well. We do a lot of it for the services sector. The government seeks to create an enabling environment for people to come and provide services. They should do more of that for agriculture as well. You see, the real problem here is that if you spend time and money improving the produce, what the farmer can produce as a government, and then the farmer is unable to sell what he produces, it's a big waste of money. Not just the farmer's money, the government's money, taxpayers' money as well. Also, how do you decide, you know, with some of these interventions, how do you target it? Which farmers will get it? Which farmers will not? Who will get these implements? Who will they be assigned to? Or will they be somewhere in a pool? The farmers will come and rent them, or what? And why not have the private sector invest this money? So the government rather spends the money on improving the roads, improving the distribution services, you know, so that when people, and the storage, so that when people farm and produce all of these crops and food and all of that, they can be stored, transported quickly, and farmers can actually make money from them. Post-harvest losses are horrible sometimes when you look at how much we're seeing going to waste simply because we can't move it from A to B. And I wish government would start from that angle rather and go backwards. You know, so if you make it easier for the farmer to make money from what he produces, more people will go into farming to make that money.
Yeah.
You know, so that I hope is another aspect of this that government will be seeking to approach. You know, and not just spend money to get the implements and then you go and now have to figure out which farmer to give what to. You know, and then if you know, the farmer ends up using these implements and can't sell what he produces or she produces.
At the end of the day, that's then, the state in which we're finding our agriculture. And the thing is, I guess we need to find a better way by which we need to remodel the structure of agriculture that we want, and then also find a better way of financing it. Because I don't think that constant public financing is going to do us a lot more good, because it looks like we have a lot of baggage, or we have a lot to catch up on to get to the state in which we can say that you put your money in and then it will be something that you can ultimately make some returns on investment on.
Yeah, we've got
we have some long way to go. So we need to find a way, because if it's only government alone, it means that the burden will have to be improving the infrastructure at the same time, improving the financing by way of equipment, the resource, etc.
But if you make it profitable, people will go to it. But you see, at the same time, mechanizing farming removes some of the jobs. Okay, a lot of people are farm laborers. That's how they are making their living. But really effective farming doesn't require manpower.
Yeah.
You know, it requires technology. And then two farmers can farm 200 acres.
Yeah.
You know, so we have to be aware of the effect this will have on jobs as well. The more you mechanize farming, the fewer people will be involved in it, even though it will become more profitable for those who do stay involved in farming. So let's always be measuring and keeping a balance there. But it's a good initiative that government wants to see farming more mechanized. I just hope that they don't spend so much money on that without spending more time, effort and resources making farming profitable, creating the enabling environment, making it possible for a farmer to actually make money from his sweat.
Yeah, definitely. One thing that caught my eye was the president commissioning a mini stadium, and we've had the Zengo ministry championing the establishment or the construction of parks, and the parks are supposed to be located in the communities, and then they're supposed to not only serve as recreational areas but also help in developing football and other sporting related talent. And if you take a model that has been done well in a country you lived in England as well as in the United States, they have these parks in the communities, especially in the US, and they are managed by the recreational departments of the various city authorities, and so they help in coordinating between the communities and the schools to unearth talent. And you know, they have hockey and basketball as well as football being the mainstay of the sports that they tend to undertake, and baseball of course. But we need to coordinate this adequately, because if you tend to look at the pool of talents in our country and where they come from, they come from some of these communities where we have these parks being built. Now we need to harness it in such a way that we add some level of some financing to it, because now football is money.
Yeah.
And the other sporting activities are also money. They improve livelihoods. You go elsewhere, people who have proper education are sending their children to go to become footballers, etc., with proper structures that are available for them. And so once they go through the structure, if they have the talent and they have the future, then they'll go through.
Yeah.
But we need to do the coordination right. We just can't build these parks and these sporting venues in these communities and leave them to be what they are, and just use them for the purposes for which we think they should be. It has to be well coordinated with the National Sports Authority, with the Ministry of Education, as well as the Ministry of Youth and Sport, to get some better use for them ultimately when they are built. I think that will be my main one, but it's a good initiative.
I agree.
But the coordination will need to be done right.
Yeah, quick congratulations and to Dr. Baumia and his family, Mrs. Baumia, and all of those who worked hard to put together something for the lepers over the weekend. They're a group that is very often marginalized. We don't see a lot of care and attention paid to them. It's a good example that we've seen from them, but I hope it inspires more. I hope it inspires people to spend more time and effort helping those who suffer from this unfortunate condition. Oh, there was something else I wanted to ask a question about. You know, those who have decided to back down from seeking to be presidential candidates for the NDC. One of them, Elik Magumava, has pledged he has pledged his support for former President Mahama. Do you get the feeling that that might have been the intention of some of them from the onset, or do you think it's the money that has made them rethink, you know, their ambitions?
I think there are two things. One, some of them wanted to make a show, not necessarily of having any certainty of winning the elections, but also just trying to have that brave face and showing the face that they have the ability to lead the NDC, perhaps not now, but in the future. What may have prevented them from getting their pictures and their names on the ticket or a ballot paper was the money. And that's a disincentive, because I think if it was affordable, let's say 100,000, many of them would have, if not all of them. Ultimately, Elik Plim may have made a decision based on some lobbying also that may have been done by the John Mahama campaign team, because they've been doing a lot of lobbying on the side too. But you know, the team and himself, they have experience. They've gone through a number of phases at that level of the political structure of contesting, etc. So they know what it takes to go through. They also know how to source financing for such initiatives. So, well, we've come to a point where some decisions will need to be made. There's a reason why, if you look at the posture of the party when they had that decision to reduce the figure to only 320,000, there's a reason why they may have done that. They seem to be sending a certain message also, and that we don't want everybody to contest.
My son was asking me whether those who donated 1,000 cedis each to former President Mahama, whether they will have to go for their change now that they've reduced the amount to 320.
Well, I think that even beyond the paying the fee,
there's a lot that money is needed for the campaign. Yes, that is the exact answer I give you. All right, so shall we see what's happening online? And Kufuor and reconciliation of history. Kufuor's anticipated retirement office at the Ridge government enclave was the target of a mob attack. Should he use it? Oh gosh, I don't know whether this is an opinion piece, but I think you need to go and read it to find out what that's about. A bit confusing there. Better days ahead, Akufo-Addo assures industry. Akufo-Addo leaves a 3-day Japan visit to boost trade ties, and he should pay a lot of attention to what the people of Japan have achieved since the Second World War, and see what we can also learn from them. One thing I know is the difference between us and them. The Japanese certainly have a smaller government size. Hope for all small-scale miners at last. Government to announce new mining policy. A lot of people have been waiting for this. ECG's losses swell to 1.15 billion Ghana cedis in 6 months ahead of Meralco takeover. Wow. Kweku Azan wants Audit Service Board scrapped. And I can't help but agree with him. Drone saga, health service boss discredits Imani figures. And that's an interesting ongoing one. And this we'll talk about later today. Tremor in Accra, fault lines active, prepare for earthquakes. That's according to the Geological Service. And that's a very, very ominous warning there. Right, new regions, government publishes Justice Brobe report. Justice Brobe, one of the busiest retired judges I know. Yeah, there's a lot more on myjoyonline.com. Right, it's exactly time now for us to take a break for sports. And when we come back, the team will bring you all the headlines from around the world. Stay with us.